Hello Flosstube, this is Dawn Frosty Egg Stitch. I'm back for my 8th Flosstube, and if you're still with me, thank you very much for subscribing and watching me. If you're new, hello. Yeah, I'm going to be just a bit on the short side probably today. I haven't got that much to say. I went back to work on Monday. I had 2 weeks off. Went back to work on Monday, and basically, even though I work only 4.5 hours, it is extremely stressful. I get home and I was meant to go somewhere on Monday afternoon, and I sat down for 5 minutes on my couch because I just had to wait 5 minutes until I had to leave, and I fell asleep and I missed it. And I had a meeting after work yesterday, which luckily I made, but today I knew I wanted to do my Flosstube, and now it's something like it's nearly 7 o'clock in the evening, which is the time that I usually have my supper and sit down to watch TV. And well, I've been asleep nearly all afternoon, and then I had to do all the stuff that needs doing, and yeah, so last 3 days there's absolutely no stitching done. I've watched a few Flosstube videos before going to bed, but that's about it. Yeah, I don't like that. I definitely need a new, it's not a job, I need a new occupation. I need a proper job. What I've got now is not, it's not doing the job. It's, yeah. But let's leave that. I've been watching everybody doing these retreats, especially the last one, the Flosstube retreat. Really envious of you people meeting up and everybody saying, you know each other, and you talk to each other. You say like, oh, you know, McKenna, you've got this and you've done that, and now you've actually met. You've all met each other. And I think Brittany from Ingleside, she said it was as if I've known everybody, and she kept saying, oh, it's so nice to see you again, and everybody says it's nice to meet you because you've never seen each other actually in real life. And yeah, I was quite envious of that. I would love to go to a retreat. I would love to meet you all in person, like Bendy Stitchy, Itty Stitchy, Itty Bitty Stitchy Brittany. I would like to see Lollipop Stitches. I would like to see Sarah Stitching Mummy. I would like to see everybody that I watch and that I comment on, and it would be lovely, but I'm too far away. And like this, I'm just watching. I've been following McKenna on Instagram. I've been following other people who've posted on Flosstube. And it was really nice that you shared that experience and that you talked about it. That was nice, and that you showed pictures, because like that you sort of feel not quite like an outsider anymore. But I wish we had something like that here. You never know. So like I said, I'm doing Stitch from Stash, so, and I can't go to my LNS, so even if I have a tiny little object that I want to stitch, I don't have a full DMC kit, so I need to stitch with what I have. And I got this piece of linen from Caitlin, Big Apple Stitcher, and she sent me this as a gift, and it's linen. I would like to start and see can I stitch on linen or not. And she sent me a Lizzie Kate and a Prairie Schooler, and they're tiny little, they would make ornaments. And I can't do it because I don't have the floss. Now I would have to order floss in the States until that gets here, and then I probably don't fancy stitching it anymore. So it's not as easy as it seems, or as it should be. And yeah, so I've got a few kitted up projects that I think I've shown you already, but all the projects are a bit more than just a tiny size, so I haven't started any of those kits just because I haven't finished any of my current whips. Some of the whips are calling to me, but I haven't stitched on them. like my dimensions butterfly. It's calling, but I just can't get to it because when I sit down, I have a few minutes, I just take the project that's nearest and stitch on that. Or when I can't stitch on it because it's on black Ada fabric, and so I can't stitch on it when I'm watching TV. It doesn't, my eyes don't focus on TV and then back to black. It doesn't work, so I need something easy on TV. So yeah, I definitely need a finish soon. Yeah, I ordered the, what is it, Country Cottage Needleworks, the Santa Village, and I've paid for it, and it's, I don't know if it was shipped or anything, I didn't get any notification, but it hasn't come. It's been more than a month now. I wrote and haven't got an answer, so I don't know if it's coming or not. I know that there are other packages that shall come, non-stitchy related, but my mailbox has been empty for nearly 1.5 weeks now, and that's strange. I usually get stuff in the mail and nothing comes, just nothing, and I don't know. I know there's some mini needle minders on the way, because when I had my birthday, you get from No Name needle minders, you get a coupon code and you can get them cheaper. I don't really need more needle minders, but they were really nice, so I got some, and they haven't come yet, and they should be here by now. So I don't quite know what's happening. It may be to do with the whole business with the Schengen, the EU and Europe basically. So okay, doesn't concern you, you're mostly in the US. I've seen most of you are from the US who watch me, so I thank you for that. I don't know, there's not that many Australians. There are some from the UK who know a bit what I'm talking about, but let's leave that. Yeah, so I'll show you my stitching. The first thing, that I had some time finally to get back to her, to my beautiful, yeah, there she is. I'll insert a picture of what she looked like before. And this is what she looks like now. And isn't she beautiful? She is just absolutely gorgeous. I love the colours, and she's got these, well, the old blended threads, as I told you before, especially the green, that old blended threads, as you can see. And now I've started on the blue, and I love these blue colours. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're so beautiful, and there are beads in between. I don't know if you can actually see the beads that well. No, you can't. But so you can see that I backstitch and bead as I go. So when I'm finished, I'm finished. So I don't have to go back. So I'm happy about that. And for the amount of time that I spent with her, I actually got quite far. So I'm quite happy with it. Would like to do more, but when I work on her, I have my beads and I lay out, I have a sort of bead mat. I don't have sticky bob or anything, I have a sort of bead mat where I put beads on, and you can see the first beads, or the first one listed. There's 4 kinds of beads, and it's easier to do it like that. And I have my floss, and it's all on my kitchen table, so when I get her out, I need at least an hour to stitch, otherwise I don't get her out. Which is a bit of a shame, but that's just the way it is, and that's okay. Everybody has their own system and does what they do. Then I've done 2 more parts on this. I don't know what you saw last, but I did the middle one. And the back stitching on that was, oh, yeah, it was crazy. I don't know if you can, is it going to focus? It doesn't matter. Anyway, I did the choice from my floss, and then I switched it out when I saw that, like, the top cupcake, I didn't like the colours that were coming together, so I just switched them and changed them around, so it's not as charted, but I don't mind that. and I did the same here. There were going to be like reds and stuff in it, so because I don't really like the colours on this side, on that one. Don't like the colours as they're mixed together. So when I came down to doing this one, I just mixed and matched as I thought it might look good. So now I'm going to change this one and that one. So this is the teacups on top of each other, and this is going to be the jug that comes in out there. Because somebody switched it around and I just thought it looks really good like that. And I didn't put the stripes in on the middle one there. I'm not going to do it in the bottom one either. So I like it, but it's charted for 14 count Ada, and the back stitching you have to go in between the stitches, and on Ada it's really not easy. It really isn't. And I have good eyes, I've got a good needle, everything, but it's very difficult with back stitching. And I don't quite understand why they actually say it's 14 count Ada and then have back stitching like that. But it's a free pattern, so I shouldn't complain. I really shouldn't. It's a nice pattern and I love it. It is nice. And lots of people have commented and said that it looks like it looks like chocolate, some of the colours. I didn't see that, because seeing it close up I see something different. But it actually does look like chocolate. Yum. Yeah, that was my tea and cakes. Then somebody, I've been showing this on I've been showing this on Instagram and just leaving a hashtag skull tattoo, and somebody asked, you know, oh, I'm seeing tattoo skull, what is it? What pattern is it? Well, like I said, I think I told you the story that one of my friends, he got himself a tattoo on his arm. It's only about that size there. So I took a picture and I made a chart for myself, and it's totally not, you cannot use it, I can't sell this chart or anything. It's not, the way it's done, it's even difficult for me to stitch from this chart, but I actually really like it. And I sit down and then I just sort of work out, is it going to be a stitch or not, and then I just put them in, and it's coming along nicely. Like I said, I don't think I'll be finished by his birthday, but it doesn't really matter, and even if I don't gift it to him, I actually like it, so that's fine with me. Then my birthday start, and I showed you this because I had this problem with these half stitches with 2 strands that I really didn't like, and I've decided that this colour I'm going to do full crosses, because I had started doing full crosses and I did quite a lot. So I'm going to go, this colour is going to be full crosses with 2 strands, as all the other full crosses are going to be with 2 strands. So I'll do that, and all the other half crosses that I've got I'm going to do with 3 strands. As a dimensions kit, we'll probably do the half cross stitch with 3 or 4 strands depending, and as this is 18 count, I'm going to do the half crosses with 3 strands, and that's going to give me enough coverage for me to feel that it's fine. That it was with 2 strands, it didn't work, I didn't like it. So that's the way I'm going to go with it. It doesn't look like much, but it is actually quite a lot for me, and I didn't get that much time on doing it. And I've just noticed that I'm not drinking my coffee. Yeah, so this one's brought to you by, I'm not sure, I think it's a Danone mug. It is a Danone mug. Yeah, it's got 2 different clocks. I like that one, it's nice. So that was Evening Star, and the last project that I worked on is, I'll show a picture of what it should look like here. And this is, wrong way around, hang on, this is the top. This is Falling Leaves. It's a DMC free pattern. And Sarah Stitching Mummy said when I started she would stitch with me, which I didn't start when I said I would start. And then I did a surprise start. Well, it was a surprise because I didn't even know I was going to start. I just got up, started it, I think before my last Flosstube. Started it, and then she said, oh, but I was going to stitch up with you. So I told her, okay, I mean, I'm a slow stitcher, so, and I've got a few projects that I'm working on. So I told her she should start, because for her it's going to be a really fast stitch, because it's not full coverage, it's not a big piece, it's really nice. It's, you have like one colour there and the other colour there. There's sort of 3 variegated colours, and then there's a grey that goes with it, and they're really nice, and it's easy to stitch. This is also 14 count, but it's nice 14 count. And Sarah Stitching Mummy, I think, is going to do it on canvas, 40 count canvas or something. So I hope she'll start soon, because then we would be still stitching on the same project together. That would be nice. Yep, that's my stitching. Now Shelley from KX Stitch, she had a bit of a problem with all her, like this, I think she had a thread organizer and all these strands hanging down. So I'll show a short clip of something that I tend to do. I have this Dimensions Gold kit of a butterfly on Black Ada, and the floss for it comes on cards like this. As you can see, I've used quite a lot of thread already. I'm halfway through, so as you can see, I just cut off what I need, and I leave it, the rest of the floss, on these cards. And I know that lots of you have problems because it just sort of knots itself together and there's lots of floss in it. Even if you try wrapping it around the card, it gets tangled and stuff. So I'll show you what I do, and I'll do that and get back to you. So the first thing I do is I straighten out my strands that I've got and divide them into 3 sort of, it doesn't matter how you do it, I just do it loosely into 3 parts. And at the beginning I used to hang it over the back of a chair so that they could sort of hang from one side to the other side, and they would just hang there. It would be easy, but that was when I had one kit that I was working on, and that doesn't work anymore. Now I have no way of holding my camera, so I'll do a bit more and show you then. As you can see, I've very loosely braided my thread, and it's important that you do this really loose, because then when you need a strand of thread, it's the same principle like when you have to get one thread out of a skein. You can just pick whichever one you need. Let's take a blue one here. Just take this, and you can then just sort of slide it out of the braid as you need it, and it comes out very easily without actually then untangling all the others. Also, what you can do, having it like this, you can still just go around, turn your floss onto your card before you put it away. So in the safety of your project, pouch, bag, box, container, whatever you have, and it won't get tangled up. You'll have a nice clean folded card that you can get out when you want to work on your project again. That's how I do it. It's an easy way. Hope you like my idea. Yeah, so that's what I do. I think I saw someone else do it and I just picked it up, and I told Shelley that I do this, and she tried it out and it works for her. So good. Maybe others will be able to use it too. Now, just quickly checking my notes. I've found this, I've seen lots of new Flosstubers, but they've been shouted out already by other people. But one of them I would like to mention especially, that's Elena B. And she's now already got 2 videos out. I think she's from San Francisco. And she has this bakery, and it was Abby, Top Knotted Stitcher. She said, oh, she's got a bakery and I've got to go to that bakery. I wrote to her because she said that she actually did her training in Switzerland. So I just sort of commented that I'm from Switzerland, and she knows my hometown, and not just from visiting, she's been here quite a lot, and I think that's quite fun to know. So I finally have somebody who knows where I live. And this is for you, Elena. I wanted to show you that the middle one, that's Sparletor, and if you go through the Sparletor, just go through the Sparletor, on the other side, that's where the LNS is. We only have one in Basel, even though it's a big city, actually. We have one LNS and that's where it is. The other 2, we have 4 main city gates. These are 3 of them. St. Alban Tor, St. Johann Tor and Sparletor. Sparletor is the one with the 2 towers, and that's where our LNS is. I just wanted to show you that. And of course she knows the customs and some of the things that go on in my town, like on the 28th, that's going to be Saturday in a week, is when Herbstmast starts. Now, Herbstmast doesn't tell you anything. It's basically the autumn fair, and it's something that the whole town is involved in. And it's something like a part of it is like an amusement park. So we have like a Ferris wheel, we have roller coasters, we have haunted houses, we have all that sort of stuff, and we have that in different places. We have, I don't know if you know, but Basel has the River Rhine going through it, and on the other side of where I live, we have the Münster. The Münster is a church with 2 towers, and it's higher up. And they have one of these merry-go-rounds, and it lights up. And I actually, if I walk out of my flat and I just sort of look along the next road, like I said, it's on the other side of the Rhine, I actually can see the Ferris wheel, and it has this light in the middle that sort of goes out and then lights up the whole thing and then goes back in again, and it's quite fun. And I can see that from here. Now, just along my street, on this way, about 700 meters, it's a big Mustermass. It's where all the big art fairs, we have Basel World, which is jewellery and watch fair. It's really big because they have the one in Florida, and it's called Basel Florida World. We have a huge Basel art, where we've had Leonardo DiCaprio, we've had George Clooney come, we have all sorts of people that have visited. They come here. Well, it's basically just along there, and the whole place is full of people. Fair. It's a fairground. You have all these stands where you can buy food. Oh, great, lovely food, cooked food, sweet food, anything. And then we have a fair. Like, it's not like you have the state fairs where you can bring projects, but we usually have a country that comes specially, and they have then a whole place just for them. But people can show their stuff, like when they have new, I don't know, new lamps, new special lamps for like art lights, whatever. Stuff like that's shown off, and you can get it cheaper when you go there, or you can really get advice. We also have a wine messe, where there's wine tasting, and it's got 3 floors, and there's so many people there, and I will sell wine, champagne, other drinks, and you can go and try and then buy, of course. The whole thing is about buying, but you can go and try, and you can try for free. You can just go basically get drunk if you like. And we have one place which I really like, and that's Petersblatt, and that's where all the small arts and crafts, you just have a small little booth and you have your arts and crafts projects and you can sell them there. And it's so booked out that they have, I think it's something like 500 of these little booths that they can rent out, and I have about 2,500 people who want one of those booths. So I would never get one of those booths because I just wouldn't work. I don't have anything to sell anyway, but it doesn't matter. But I like going there because just the smell of all these roasting stuff and the lights, and going in the evening, and it's not too cold but not hot. It's not summer anymore. You can, you know, it's fall and it's really nice. And Elena said it's her favourite time of year in Basel, and I really like it. I'm more Fasnachts type, but that's something else, and I'll tell you about it then when it's going to happen. But Herbstschmerz goes on for 2 weeks, so Basel is a bit out of the normal way that it is for 2 weeks, and that's going to be fun. And it was just good that Elena actually mentioned it, that that's her favourite time of year in Basel, and that's where I live, and she's over there, and it just feels good that somebody actually knows my town, and we might meet up if she comes back to Switzerland, and that would be great. Really, really nice. So yeah, that's all that I've got for today. I think that was one of my shorter videos. I hope to have, I don't know if I'll have a finish next time. It depends a bit on work, and it depends a bit on my mood, and yeah, and if I start something new or not, who knows. So anyway, happy stitching everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye.